Bedford High School today is a mixed comprehensive school. However, in the early 1900s it was known as Leigh Boys Grammar School. In the entrance hall there is a plaque dedicated to the memory of the old boys who died in the two world wars. Each name tells a different story.
Harry Beattie was born December 1896 in Astley, Lancashire. He was a child of Robert Beattie, who worked as a school teacher, and wife Margaret Inman. When Harry was young, he was educated at Leigh Grammar School, which is now Bedford High School. After that, he went to work as a clerk and then on to the army. He joined the Royal Army Medical Corps on the 6th of October 1915. He was stationed at a medical base in Iraq, where his job entailed taking care of soldiers and helping the doctors to carry out operations. Harry unfortunately died at the age of 20 on the 11th of December 1916. He died at the base station from dysentery, which was a disease spread by unclean water. Harry was buried in Iraq in the Amara War Cemetery. His grave was recently on the news because of the ongoing war in Iraq.
I'm Connor Davis. I'm 15 years old and I'm studying for my GCSEs. I someday hope to go to university. Back in 1915, a boy the same age as myself from this school had a very different story. His name was William Ellis Hill. He was born in September 1899, but in 1915 he lied about his age and joined the army, while he was still only 15. He was a private in the Lancashire Fusiliers, but he never made it to France. He died in March 1915 of meningitis at an army training camp in Hull. He is buried at Hull Western Cemetery.
A common question in the years after 1918 was, what did you do in the Great War? Alfred Wilkinson would be able to answer this with pride. He was awarded the Victoria Cross for his acts of bravery, the highest honour that can be bestowed upon a soldier in Britain. Private Alfred Wilkinson, on the 20th of October 1918 at Meru in France, volunteered to take a message across no man's land. He ran 600 yards whilst being bombarded with the shooting of guns and shell fire. He was the fifth man to try to deliver the message, and succeeded. Alfred Wilkinson survived the First World War and joined up to fight again for his king and country. Although the day before he was due to join, a sparrow got stuck in a ventilation shaft and Alfred Wilkinson died of carbon monoxide poisoning at Bickershaw coal mine. It is because he enlisted in 1939 that his name is on the World War II memorial, because he was willing to fight even though he did not have to.
Everybody had a part in the war. Both the rich and poor went to fight. In 1911, Thomas Kemp was a chartered accountant in Chile. When the First World War broke out, he decided to go back to England and sign up. A true British hero. Thomas Kemp was a lieutenant in World War I and died in action at the Battle of Somme in 1916. Here at Christ Church, Pennington, as a sign of respect, his parents donated a stained glass window in memory of their son. The window shows, on one side, St. Chad, the patron saint of soldiers. On the other side, it shows Joan of Arc. In the middle, the window shows that Christ is depicted in glory, with a soldier kneeling before him. A lieutenant was a high role, and not everyone was that high up. He was an honour to him and his family.
Albert Yates was born in December 1896 and was educated at Leigh Boys Grammar School.
He was the son of Thomas and Rosalina Yates and lived at 110 Darlington Street in Tyldesley. When the war broke out in 1914, Albert enlisted in the 2nd Canadian Mounted Rifles Battalion and took part in the Battle of Arras.
It is unclear why Albert joined the Canadian regiment rather than the British, because there is no connection between him and Canada that we could find.
Albert Yates died on the 5th of September 1917 in France and is buried in Duson's British Cemetery in Etrun, along with many brave men who fought in the Great War.
This memorial plaque represents only a small number of the men who died in the 2 World Wars, but each of them was a real person with family, friends and hopes for the future. We will remember them.